Hello, everybody.
Yo, what's going on?
Welcome back to the Anime Mystics podcast. I'm Roman,
Steven Sonosuke-sama.
and we are joined by a guest again. Go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Hi, this is Kimmy Hyperblade. Happy to be back.
Yes, thanks for coming back.
Yes.
Anytime.
So this is going to be our waifu discussion.
Yes.
We've been talking about doing this one for a while,
Yes.
and seeing as how the season is just starting, figured it's the best time to get it out there.
Yes.
Before we get into all that, though, I got a small update for the channel. I'm sure all of you have noticed. Starting, I think, around the middle of last season, I started doing only subtitles and a timer for the reactions. That's because I kept getting strikes.
Wow.
I got strikes on, what is that? Romantic Comedy Snafu. And the most recent one was Princess Connect. I don't know why that one was getting strikes. But yeah, like 4 episodes. The first 4 episodes got a strike. Thankfully, it was only in one notification, so it didn't count as 4 separate strikes. Otherwise, there would be no channel. So because of that, I've switched to just subtitles and a timer. The timer is there so you can sync up your own video with the reaction.
Okay.
But yeah, expect this to go for a while. If I end up getting another strike sometime down the line because of this, we're just going to switch straight to just reviews only, where I just watch the episodes on my own and then just come back and do a review of the whole thing or something.
Okay.
So,
and this is on YouTube and BitChute?
No, BitChute I'm not even uploading on because I've got. Well, they've been taking down videos too. So
Wow.
Like they took down all the Princess Connect episodes.
Amazing.
I think there was a couple of One Piece episodes that got taken down. They were also taking down Comedy Snafu and a few others. I think they took down a couple of Carol and Tuesday episodes.
That was like almost, 2 years old?
Yeah.
Wow.
But they were on it with Princess Connect. But everything else they were kind of slow on.
You can't discuss those gacha waifus. What's wrong with you?
I know. So yeah. BitChute is only going to be, I guess, rare occasions.
Okay.
But for the most part, everything's just going to be uploaded straight to YouTube.
Okay. And until a better solution presents itself, or until something changes, that's really whack.
Yeah. Oh, also, we didn't have a podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
We had it recorded, but as soon as I uploaded it, I got a claim. So that's why you didn't get a podcast last time.
Yeah.
Just a quick brief. We watched the FGO 3rd year
anniversary
video.
live stream.
Yeah, anniversary live stream.
Yeah.
And did our gacha rolls for Scotty and the GSSR.
Yes.
I might just upload that part of it. Just take that out and put it in to its own separate video. But the stupid live stream got claimed by Namco for some reason.
Bandai Namco claimed an Aniplex stream. That blew my mind. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I told Roman, I was like, it's the game developer Illuminati, the mafia going around, watching each other's backs. Hey, these weebs trying to make money off you. Can't get rid of that.
I know, right? I mean, it's not like I didn't blur out everything except for the subtitles.
Man.
Nobody would be able to read anything, but whatever. Except for the subtitles for what they were saying.
Nobody makes money off this gacha except for Aniplex. You got it?
I know. Jeez.
Yeah, that sucks. And things like the live stream reaction, which we also opened up to Discord chat, and episodes like this where we're just having an open, just kind of roundtable style discussion. Those are kind of the ideas that Roman and I are thinking to branch out and open up the channel, give it some variety. And now it's like you got to work within these confines and these unestablished rules. And so you're pitching all these ideas and coming up with all these concepts, and YouTube is just there to smack you and just be like, no fun allowed.
Yep. No fun.
So
get back in your cage.
Oh, man.
It sounds like someone just coming around smacking people with the legal ban hammer.
For reals. You're not wrong. But yeah, but I mean, we're just gonna move forward, and like we have the fortunate support of our homies like Kimmy here to help us come up with new things to do, new ways to pass the time, and we'll just keep at it.
Yep.
That's all really what we can do. And yeah, but and Kimmy, you've been streaming, right?
I haven't been. I've actually been keeping on the quiet and low and just kind of doing some of my own downtime, rest and recovery. So
Sure.
I've done a little bit of upgrades to my bedroom and then just a little bit of outdoor gardening and getting smoldered by the nice hot Texan sun of death.
Amazing. So you're like playing Harvest Moon on hard mode in Texas, huh?
Sure. Let's pretend I've played Harvest Moon.
All right. Well, you kids call it Animal Crossing these days, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Another sim-like game.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
It could also be like survival mode on Fallout.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, that's true.
Oh man. Well. Oh yeah, we'll keep hammering it on the channel itself.
Yeah, I'm just glad that it was just a claim and not a strike.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I still only have the one. That one goes down on the 3rd next month. So
Okay.
then I'll be clear of strikes again until another company decides, we don't want you doing this.
Watch the next one will be Square Enix.
What? Yeah, it will. Like I don't even have any of your content up here.
What? It'll be on like Rental Girlfriend, and there'll be all like, it's episode 2 review, and they're gonna smack it down and be like, you talk smack about mommy. Give me that claim.
Not Rental Girlfriend. I like that one.
Yeah, but you talk smack their waifus, so now they're gonna claim your video. Suck it.
Actually, I was talking smack about the dude in the last episode.
Which dude? The
main dude.
The main dude, Kazuya?
Yeah. But yeah, we won't get into that this episode.
I do want to get into that, but I don't know if Kimmy's watched it, so we're just gonna have to refrain for now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so much. We have plenty of other waifus to get angry about, though. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
I tell you that I am one of the rare few that really does not care about spoilers.
Oh, do you? Well,
No, I really
we'll
don't
try
care,
not to.
because I realize the plethora of entertainment and amazing opportunities out there. And to be quite honest, there's no way in my entire lifespan I will be able to encompass all these things to catch up on.
That's a good point.
Well, not with that attitude.
I'm just saying.
Can't watch anime when you're in the post-apocalyptic Texan wasteland of your garden.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
good.
No. I will just put it like this. So this morning, after I caught up, I saw the first 2 episodes of Rental Girlfriend, and then it dawned on me that last season, the voice actress Hayami Saori, she voiced Rachel in Tower of God. And well,
Everybody's favorite wife.
everyone's favorite. She took the mantle from Malty from Shield Hero. And so then it was like, but I love Hayami Saori, but she's so awful. And I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. I still have Aoyuki. Well, in Rental Girlfriend, Aoyuki is kind of a scumbag.
Yeah.
And I'm all like, oh. So I just feel like all my voice actresses are betraying me. It's okay. Still have Takahashi Rie. She ain't done me dirty.
Well, you've just jinxed yourself. Next season, she'll be playing a scumbag as well.
I still have Takahashi Rie. I still have Mao. I still have Lin. Yeah, they're all still good. Oh man.
Give it time.
Yeah. One by one, your heroes will betray you. Oh man. So yeah, that's basically the spoiler.
To some degree.
Yeah.
Not a complete spoiler, but
Yeah. I don't, did you get as irritated at that, or was it just me?
what about
Mommy?
how she was?
Yeah, her little tirade at the end there.
Oh man.
Scumbag. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Total scumbag.
All right. You reacted to it, right?
Oh, I did.
Did you put it up?
Should be up this
Okay.
week.
Okay. Then I'm gonna leave it there, and for the rest of it, go watch his reaction, and then maybe on a future episode, or probably next one, we'll talk.
Yeah, because there'll be like 4 or something episodes out, so we'll
Yeah.
be able to talk about it.
Well,
For a bit.
yeah. And who knows? Maybe she gets a redemption next episode.
I doubt it.
So yeah, Roman in general is not a. I don't know if it's by choice or just Aoyuki just doesn't play any characters, but he just doesn't really like gravitate towards characters she plays. So I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, there's very few. Like I told you, Diane from Seven Deadly Sins,
Mhm.
Shootin, I like. Okita, I like. And those are both in FGO.
Yeah, and funny enough, I was thinking about that too on my reflection that Amamiya Sora Aqua, who does Chizuru in Rental Girlfriend, is also in Seven Deadly Sins. She does Elizabeth.
Oh, does she?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's Aqua.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so Amamiya Sora and Aoyuki have worked together in the past. So, and I haven't seen it. I haven't seen Seven Deadly Sins, but that is definitely on my radar. I know Kimmy, you have, right?
Yes, I have all the way through.
Yeah, same. So I'm the one out on this one. So
I had to stop watching last season.
oh, I think you were talking about that.
Yeah,
So,
it was just, I don't know. Whatever company they gave it to just dropped the ball.
the animation.
Yeah,
Wasn't it Studio Dean? I think.
it might have been.
Okay. Kimmy, Studio Dean. They were the ones that did the original Fate Stay Night anime. And they've been still.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've still been doing work though. Like they've still been alive. It's just that everyone gave them that bad rep, and it was like,
Yeah,
take it with a grain of salt. I can neither confirm nor deny that it was them.
I mean they're not helping their cause with this season 3 of.
Yeah.
Seven
Yeah,
Deadly
actually,
Sins.
that's the one where they started censoring it, right? We're like,
Yeah, they started censoring the blood. It was all white.
yeah, and then the hole in dude's chest was just a black hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's like what the heck?
Yeah.
We've had 2 seasons of blood, and now you want to censor? Were you waiting for the DVDs?
Yeah, the Blu-ray for the better animation.
It's like,
Well, that works for me because if I watch it, then I can just go get the like torrent that has all the Blu-ray high quality
yeah,
1080p uncensored. There you go. But yeah.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. So we'll look forward to that, and yeah, if when Kimmy gets there too, we'll see her reaction too, because I want to get that raw reaction from Kimmy when that character plays out. See what you think about it. I think Kimmy, you might have some choice words for her.
I'll
Yeah.
keep it in mind, but man, I feel like I have to take notes for this.
When you see it, you'll remember.
yeah,
Okay.
it'll stick with you.
But okay.
Yeah.
Channel updates. Anything else in closing, or?
Don't expect One Piece reactions anytime soon. That is all.
Okay. I'm gonna take the bait on that one. Kimmy, how far are you in One Piece these days?
Still the same as when I left it at the beginning of college 10 years ago.
Oof.
Where was that?
So maybe 450.
Mhm.
Maybe. I think I last saw.
Was that is that Fishman Island?
It was after the time skip, and
So
they
Fishman
had
Island.
just landed on the Island of Giants.
What?
Yeah, I think the entire crew had just like gotten back together after a time skip.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm just talking crazy. I don't know.
Well, they haven't been to the Elbaf yet, so the island they went to after they got together was Fishman Island, which is under the sea, with Ariel and. No.
I feel like I covered that. I feel like I covered. Huh. Maybe I've lost track of my order of operations here because I don't remember anything after some mysterious island that it had wacky weather.
Was that were they fighting a dragon?
I didn't get to that point.
Okay, but was it like half fire, half ice?
Yes.
Okay, I know where you're at then.
Great, because I didn't know.
I can't remember the name of the island, but I know where you're at. Yeah, that's like right after Fishman Island.
Great. So then I guess I did finish something. Lovely.
Yeah, you're way farther than me, so props to you.
That's true. Yeah. You and my other half need to get on One Piece.
Yeah. Next Shelter in Place. So I'm gonna, because if you were watching it this entire time during this Shelter in Place, they said that you would have been caught up by now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah. So next Apocalypse, I'm gonna stay home and catch up on One Piece.
I know when
I think my sister's caught up.
Oh jeez. All right. See, now I have pressure now.
get on it. I know when I watched it with my grandmother, it took us 3 months.
Wow.
But that was like
Too bad.
we were just watching weekends, but we were doing like from like 10 p.m. to like 5 in the morning.
Oh. But
Oh.
sleep.
Yeah. You see that Roman's grandmother's more hardcore than I am. Now I feel bad. I'm getting destroyed out here.
Stepping on my phone, cat.
Well,
Yeah, she.
one more to do to your list, man.
I mean, she was really into it. She wanted to keep going. That's why we kept staying up to like 5.
Who's your favorite character then?
Sanji.
So that's my guy. That's my dude right there.
Man, that's the taste. Mm-hmm. Man, he can cook.
Yeah, he's a perverted cook. So
Yeah.
I don't know where that archetype ever came from. I don't know what you're talking. I never heard about that in my life. I wouldn't know what that is.
Really?
Yeah, never heard of it. Never heard that
I'll
type.
believe you.
Yeah. So yeah, Sanji's dope.
Sanji's cool. I'm a Zoro guy, but
Very, very dope.
I was gonna say too, Zoro actually is same voice actor as the Japanese voice actor for the main character in Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been watching my roommate play that.
Yeah. You could tell it's like he's not even disguising it. His agent was all like, "Yeah, this American game studio, they just want you to be Zoro in a game." He's like, "I can do that." Boom.
I think every time I recognize his voice, he just sounds the same no matter what.
Right.
Because
This is forever.
he's also in Blue Exorcist.
Yeah.
And he just sounds like Zoro.
And he's also the captain in Fire Force.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah,
is.
that
Yes,
is.
he is.
He is.
Yes, he is.
And he sounds like Zoro.
He sounds like Zoro. Yeah.
But as a firefighter.
Yep.
You know, so the goddamn gorilla strongman over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just indistinguishable. All you need to do is watch One Piece, and then from then on, you always recognize who he is.
I mean, that's basically how I remember him. Like, hey, it's Zoro. Same with Sanji. When I hear him in anything, I'm like, hey, it's Sanji.
Yeah, this is true. Because when I was watching Grand Blue Fantasy, the dude he was like, "Oh yeah, it's Sanji. Oh yeah, it's Sanji." Yeah. So,
All right, to kind of get back on track.
I mean, kind of. We were already
Since,
talking about his bondos and waifus right
yeah.
there.
What do
I
you,
mean, I
what,
was going to share that Sanji was on my list.
There you go. Same.
I mean, he's a good one, I guess.
Yeah, and they with that
Yes.
in that extra mile in the Jump Force where he attacks all the female characters with hearts and love.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't actually strike any of the female fighters. If he's up against like Boa Hancock or like Froppy or anybody, he just like fires love beams and hearts.
Goes against his character.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because he won't attack a woman. Any kind of female. No matter how old.
See, so he may be a perverted cook, but he's got a code of honor.
Yeah.
He's got standards.
Nearly gotten him killed a couple times, but he sticks with it.
Worth it. Honor. Lives end, but honor lasts forever.
Yeah.
Feel free to use that one, Kimmy. Put it on a shirt.
That's my water key.
Slap everything on their shirt.
Yeah.
Put that on a shirt.
Put that on. Slap it on a shirt. On a shirt. All right. Boom.
Yep.
So, okay.
Slap it all on a shirt.
All right. So we got one of Kimmy's husbandos. All right,
Sanji.
Roman. Well, you're up. So, what you got?
Well, I guess if we're talking about One Piece, I might as well go with my One Piece waifu.
Who's your One Piece wife?
I kind of got 2.
Okay.
I got one for the Straw Hat crew, and I got one just in general.
Okay.
My Straw Hat waifu is Robin. I love how morbid she is. Like she just says morbid things super casually, and then everybody's like, "Don't say that. That's we don't want to hear that." Like she'll talk about death and like people like rotting or something, and it's just like very casual like conversation to her, and everybody's like, "What?
So would you say that you're attracted to the personality then?
Yes,
Okay.
I like Robin's personality. She's also very quiet. She keeps to herself. Just likes to read. And my just in general One Piece waifu would be Boa Hancock.
Of course.
Gotta go with Boa.
Of course.
There's two very good reasons why she is my One Piece wife.
What is your reasoning for Boa Hancock?
Well, I did like how I like her personality when she's around Luffy.
Okay.
Like at first she was, very much I hate men, because Amazons and all that, and they don't like men and all that. And since she's basically the queen of the Amazons, she's got to set an example. But as soon as Luffy came onto the island, which he was sent there by another pirate, and helps her out, she like all of a sudden like falls in love with him. And then every time she's around him, it's almost kind of like, think about how Sanji kind of acts around females.
Mhm.
It's kind of like how Boa acts around Luffy, only without the heart eyes. But she's constantly trying to get him to marry her, which he won't. He's already told her, "I'm not going to marry you."
Did she try to bribe him with food?
No, but I'm pretty sure that would work. It just like with Goku and Chi-Chi. He thought marriage was
I
food,
agree.
so
What's marriage?
it's
Is it food?
Infinite food.
yeah.
Sign me up. Okay.
And yeah, I like the way she is around Luffy. She's very funny when she's around Luffy, but she can also kick a lot of ass. Like she's one of the, I think so far, other than like the Yonko, she's like the strongest female character I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So she can hold her own. It's not like she needs to be saved by anybody.
So I have a couple of points for Roman, and then I'm gonna come to Kimmy and get your take on this too. So you said I only know Boa Hancock from One Piece off cosplayers.
Right.
If you guys didn't cosplay, I wouldn't know who this was. I know that she has somewhat of a fan base. Again, it could just be because of the design, but Oda, to my knowledge, everyone. Oh, you can find a fan of almost any character in One Piece out there. It could even be an obscure character, and someone will be like, "Oh, that's my favorite character." So, cosplayers and then the fan base behind them were the ones that made Boa Hancock relevant to me, to someone who's not following the series.
Right.
So I can get that, and obviously she was popular enough to put in the game in Jump Force. So there's that. But is Boa Hancock the reason why you like Penthesilea from FGO? Is that an Amazon thing?
No. Pent was a completely different reason.
Okay.
That was the whole Amazons.com thing that got me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The CEO.
The CEO of Amazon.
The CEO personality of Penthesilea is what got me into Pent.
Okay. So it's not I love the strong death by snoo archetype. It just was convenient. They're both Amazons, quote unquote.
That's an add-on.
Okay.
But that's not what got me to like the character.
See, you see that, Kimmy? Death by snoo is a benefit, but it's not the main reason.
Right.
Oh, really? It's not like it's a one-hit wonder.
No.
Right.
No, it's a side dish, not the main course.
It wasn't worth it.
Definitely. Of course it's going to be worth it.
How much Boa Hancock merch do you have?
Jesus.
Cat's shedding. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. That wasn't me saying Jesus because of all the Boa merch I had. That was because I had another cat in my hand from all the fur that came off of his. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. I got a bunch of prize figures that I kept winning from Toriba. And I got one like Mega House figure. There's a bunch of other ones that I want to get that I haven't been able to because I have so many pre-orders. I don't have the money to buy stuff that's already out. But one of these days, I'll end up getting a bunch of different figures of this Boa and Robin.
Fair.
Because I only have one of Robin too from like Mega House, but I also have a bunch of prize figures. Not really any like posters or anything like that. Not that I have any space for them, but it's mainly just like figures.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna bring you into this, Kimmy. Now, you and I both remember Vampy Bit Me, and she's done Boa a couple of times.
Mhm.
Funny enough, she's also done Robin as well.
Mhm.
So, given that, from a cosplayer's perspective too, what is it that you think attracts like cosplayers to cosplaying Boa Hancock?
Her confidence, man. She is a woman that owns her womanhood, and I think for a lot of women, like that's something to strive for, and taking that identity and owning it through and through. And I mean, like, I think with her background, it's just she's powerful. She's kick-ass. She knows where she stands, and you know what? She is all head over heels for Luffy. And I
Yes.
think there is a little, or if not a lot of resonance in that. Just like, love makes us do wacky things too as people, and not even just gender specific. But I know that like for cosplayers, I think there's just a lot of opportunities for just that personal connection with the character and feeling that essence and connection. So that's why I can't blame Vampy. She's got excellent taste, man.
Yeah, and I've always seen, like, in particular, like Linda Vampy's her passion for One Piece. Like, when she says she's a One Piece fan, it's like you can actually believe it. Like, she's not faking it. She is a
Yep.
legit like fan of One Piece.
Nice.
I think she might have been to the Japanese headquarters a couple times. I want to say, but
I would be surprised if she hasn't.
yeah,
I mean, especially like I almost wonder if her One Piece love rivals her love for Gundam, because she too is also like huge on that fan advocacy.
yeah, Gunpla and Monster Hunter. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So Gundam, Monster Hunter, and One Piece.
That.
yeah, yeah. Monster Hunter's been doing a bunch of updates and all, and another like addition to their expansion. Yeah. But so now, in terms of Boa, has she come back? She's not a recurring character, right?
She was in it quite a bit
Okay.
during their separation. Like
Okay.
when the crew was separated, she was in there quite a bit.
Okay.
After that, when they got back together, they haven't really shown her all that much.
Okay.
She made an appearance kind of recently in the manga,
Okay.
but it was only for like 2 pages, and they haven't shown her since then.
Cool.
So I don't know. Hopefully, they give us a little update on what happened. I'm not going to go into it since I don't want to spoil Kimmy here.
I'm sorry. I know you said that you don't mind spoilers, but we're still like, I think we still want to get that raw reaction from you. I think that at least that's what it means for me.
Right.
Well, then it sounds like I need to put this on my to-do list as if it's actual homework.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Every time we bring you on here,
Okay.
we just load you up with work. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. It's okay. I
Yeah,
accept this in the state of our friendship.
We're like that one teacher who's like, we need you to read pages 3 to 105.
You know, that's actually what I've been doing for the last 2 months. So if I got to do it, y'all got to do it. And that's just the bottom line.
You know what? I love the definition of teamwork sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We are in this together.
that's right. Shoulder the bird. So, but yeah. Okay, so she in the manga she's made a comeback.
Yeah, she made like a 2-page appearance.
Oh, okay. Okay. Was it kind of like everyone's reaction to what's going on in the world, and they were like, "Ah!" Meanwhile, in Boa Hancock's bedchambers, "Ah!"
No. Let's say there's something going on between the Shichibukai, the group that she's part of,
Yeah.
and the world government.
Got it. Okay.
Just a little hint there.
There you go. That's your Crunchyroll description, episode description right there.
So yeah, that
So
they left it on a cliffhanger. So I just want to know what happened.
Gotcha. So, and now my other question too, to bring it all back together, is so it sounds like you've got two ends of the spectrum. So you got Nico Robin, who's kind of quiet,
Right.
and keeps to herself, and then you got Boa, who's a leader, can't really stay quiet, and is like expresses dominance and power. So how do you compromise between that? Like, how do you enjoy both of those archetypes, those character types, and yet you're still like a fan of both?
I know for me, like I was saying when I was discussing them, it's mainly like the personalities.
Mhm.
Like I can separate between all kinds of different personalities because I got waifus from like all kinds of different personalities
Right.
from all kinds of different shows. I mean, we could just look at FGO and you could see my wide range.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think it's kind of easy to kind of
Go for both.
appreciate both. You know.
Yeah, I'm. That's the running meme with me is that if it's in a Joe-sama type, I just love him automatically,
Right.
and it's like I don't quite remember an Joe-sama to date that I haven't enjoyed or liked, unironically.
Which is funny because we were talking about Monster Girl,
Yeah.
Doctor, and
Yeah.
as soon as I saw the centaur,
The centaur.
I was like, Sana's gonna like her.
Not even 10 minutes into the episode, I'm like, best girl. And I'm all like, I don't even know if she's a main character or a recurring character. It was like, she's literally the first episode to set everything up. She cracks open that laugh, and I'm like, best girl.
That's all I needed to hear, and I was
Done.
like, Sano's gonna be all over this one.
Done.
It's an Ocho-sama.
Yep. Done. Show's over. Great to see. 10 out of 10 show. Julie Sell, first episode, 10 out of 10, best of the season. I don't care what anime trending says, number one.
Jeez.
It was on that list, wasn't it?
It was.
What was it, like 5 or 6?
Yeah, it was like all of them were on there. Rental Girlfriend, ReZero, Sword Art, Uzaki-chan, all of them. Snafu, yeah, all of them that like you've reviewed or we've been talking about, they all ended up
were
on
on there.
Yeah. And that's why when I shared it, I was like, it's week 1, so everyone is like all curious. But by week 4, I think we'll know what's kind of like
Sticking
trending
around.
to the top. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Snafu is going to continue to be on there. That's been highly anticipated for a while because it's the final season. So
Cool. Well, they don't have Boa Hancock or Nico Robin, so forget
nope,
it.
just a couple of girls that make me mad.
And what's funny too is that at least in terms of Oda and his designs, it's so funny that even like almost 20 years later, people are still loving and enjoying like the waifus and the husbandos of like One Piece, but the fairy tale folks are kind of like,
Which is weird because they're kind of like the same design. Almost.
Correct.
Like I saw Fairy Tale and I was like, this kind of reminds me of One Piece with the art style.
Yeah, because it was it's Oda and the dude from Rave Master.
Yeah, I can't remember the dude's name.
Me neither. It's that guy though.
Yeah. I know he's got another series coming out too, a new one.
Did he finish Fairy Tale?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, okay.
And as soon as everybody saw it, they're like, this is just Fairy Tale. Because all the characters look exactly the same, but it's not Fairy Tale.
Oh. Well,
Yeah. Which, by the way, my waifu in Fairy Tale is Erza.
of course. Why am I not surprised? Roman over here, like Spike from Cowboy Bebop, loves that woman that can kick his ass.
I mean,
I
I can't blame him.
But, all right.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean, if she likes you, I mean, you can get away with a lot more.
It's true.
I'd also say that's like, that's really truly living life, living life on the edge.
Yeah.
Boot Hell.
Step out of line. That's an ass whooping.
Okay, now you're making it sound like it's domestic violence. Okay, I don't endorse that.
And, but
Well,
violence, can be an effective method.
it can be.
So,
It depends on who's doing it.
death by snoo snoo.
Right.
Oh, but anywho, all right. Who else you got?
Who else do I got?
Yeah.
I guess speaking of violence, I think the only yandere that I actually would consider a waifu would be, I believe, Anna Senpai from
Shimoneta?
Shimoneta.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as you said that. As soon as you said that, I knew you were gonna get set off, Kimmy.
Yes.
She is my only yandere.
See, okay, you can't say that violence doesn't solve anything when her whole thing. She did a muscle buster, okay? She went Samoa Joe and did a muscle buster. I was like, are you what? Oh my.
She also busted down a door trying to get to it. She's like the Hulk,
Yeah.
but in a little girl's body.
Yeah. Oh man, that I always get really sad and feel empty on the inside when I have to talk about Shimoneta because it's like the tragedy behind the show and it's like
Okay, what?
The
Well,
VA for Anna Senpai passed away, so
the voice actress,
Well,
yeah, she literally worked herself to death.
yeah.
oh no.
Yeah, she caught it was a form of pneumonia, I think. And she just kept working and working and everyone was like, yo, you should probably go see a doctor. She's like, no, I'm good. And then bleh.
Oh.
That was it.
Yeah. One of the people that actually tweeted, at least when they reported it, and they tweeted that she was gone, was the voice actress for Asuka from Senran and Kagura. And I was all like, that makes sense.
They worked together?
That I don't know if they worked together or they were just like homies.
Oh, they were good friends.
I don't know if I can't recall. I'm not saying that they didn't, but it was just funny that one kind of like ecchi show voice actress was affiliated or homies with another ecchi show voice actress. But yeah,
We'll look something up really quick.
go for it. Yeah, and I was thinking about Shimoneta because the dude that plays Subaru Barusu, he was the main character of Shimoneta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's him.
That's awesome.
And he just can't catch a break, dude. He's always just getting beaten up.
Yeah, but in the case of Anna, I'd be like, go ahead and beat me up.
Yeah, see, literally Death by Snooze now.
Okay. Now, I'm going to say that Anna wasn't on my waifu list until she became a yandere. Before that, it was Fua, the green-haired girl.
Mhm.
She was my waifu.
Okay.
Then it went to Anna after she got all crazy and started trying to rape people.
And
That was early on the show.
Yeah.
like, oh, Kimmy's all like, just walk it off.
But I'll say this. If it was me, it wouldn't have been considered rape.
There you go.
Just a raw protagonist.
Yeah.
But and that's just what's funny too. It was all like, oh yeah, it's funny. It's like, oh, but I was always an Ayame guy, honestly.
Oh, the main.
Yeah,
the main
I was
girl.
always, was it Blue Snow or Black Snow? Blue Snow.
Blue.
Blue Snow, right?
I think it was blue.
Blue.
Blue Snow, yeah, Blue Snow. That was mine. I was always an Ayame. Because like I said, I feel her plight, man. It's like you're growing up in a world that's going PC, and you're just all like, ha ha ha, dick jokes. So,
Yeah.
I relate to that. I honestly relate to that. I'm not saying that Anna was a bad character. I get it, and you're not wrong, but in terms of connections, I was like, yeah, I get where Ayame is coming from.
Yeah. I mean,
Now-
she was okay.
I understand and respect what she stood for. So, in a world where you can make lewd comments, what kind of a world is that worth living in?
I mean, it's just sad.
Yeah,
But you
man.
could distribute love juice.
I was gonna ask you
everywhere.
about that, man. Love nectar, huh?
Yeah.
I have.
Cookies.
Yeah. Take some of those cookies.
I have to tell you, Roman, that as someone who's formerly worked in a kitchen, Love Nectar would get you. You would lose your license.
Yeah, but she's not a licensed cook, is she?
I mean, what do you expect? She doesn't even know what the heck is going on with her body.
I think the health inspector would shut you down. Oh man. Oh, we needed that show. Man, did we need that show. We needed that show. We need that show now. Oh,
yeah, that'd
man.
be great. Huh?
Man, now you can't put a show like that. You have to put it No, you can't, because look at Monster Girl reviewers. Look how much of a crap show that was. Ishizoku reviewers. That's why when we were looking at the one we were talking about off air that's on Crunchyroll with the viewer discretion, I'm like, that's not gonna last. Ishizoku reviewers went like what, 1 week on Funimation?
No, I think it went a couple.
Went a couple?
I forget how far it got, maybe 2 or 3,
Mm-hmm.
before they finally realized what it was they had, and we're like, yeah, we can't show this.
And as a matter of fact, I think Funimation actually still has Shimonetta, and they're still airing it. Like, you can still access Shimonetta.
Oh yeah, I mean, I just watched it with friends the other day, and it was quite amply available. The only thing is that it has the censor
Right.
graphic on it.
Right. And I think that might still exist on the Blu-rays too. I can neither confirm nor deny that, but I believe they were still there.
The censors?
Yeah.
I have to check.
Yeah.
I think I got the Blu-ray.
Yeah. The only thing I knew that was ever uncensored was like the final episode with the ending credits where they removed all the air bubbles. That was about it. That's all that I knew. That's like, we'll throw you a bone. For the rest, go buy the Blu-rays.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the ending of the final episode.
Yeah, the very, very ending credits were uncensored. Everything else always had the floating censors. And so,
I have to go back and watch it. I don't remember.
Yeah. Funimation, yeah. But Funimation, they didn't stop with just kicking it off their own service. Then they went to Pornhub and made them take it off.
Yeah, they kicked it off of Pornhub.
Because that was a running joke. I remember some guys, they were like, oh man, I don't need to download it. I don't need to do any torrents or find it. I can just go on Pornhub. And I'm like, you're not wrong.
That explains a lot.
Yeah.
Not to out myself, but that explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. But Shimonetta, completely okay. Completely okay. And I was like, you literally have a character who from the back of the head looks like a tip.
Yeah.
And literally Roman's wife, who is an assaulter. So, but that's okay. That is okay. Like I said, I still agree. It's the show that we need now in 2020. We need a Shimonetta to save us, save our souls.
Maybe Peter Grill can be that episode.
That was it, Peter Grill. Thank you. Peter Grill's gonna last like 3 weeks on Crunchyroll. Mark my words.
Oh god.
Yeah, and you know, and I still have Kimmy. Remember you were talking about Gleipnir?
Yeah, catch up on it too. I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, I have it just sitting there, and I'm like, oh, I heard, yeah, that will probably save my soul too. I need to get to it though.
There are just so many things that could save our souls.
Yeah.
This year is just such a weird one. It feels like an anime year.
Yeah, and funny enough about the anime in this year, it seems that Korean-based anime is what's saving our souls, because everyone in the comments for God of High School is all like, 2020 sucks. I'll be your contradiction. I'm all like, oh, you guys.
And Tower of God.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I also need to catch up on that one.
Mm.
You know what? Okay, I just need to not do anything relating to League of Legends and just sit down and binge watch anime. I see what I have to do with my life now. Thank you for showing me the way, y'all.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, you just go to the Anime Mystics channel and look at everything that Roman is reacting to.
And
You'll
then go
find
watch
gems.
it.
Yeah,
Then go watch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's basically it.
I'm down for this.
So, going back to Anna, because we went like
Yeah, we went
left
off
in
topic.
Albuquerque. Now, Kimmy, you cosplayed Anna, didn't you? Or you did a test for Anna?
Yeah, I did. I actually went to Atlanta weekend, anime weekend. Atlanta? Okay, I'm getting my acronyms all mixed up. AWA in Atlanta.
Okay.
So it's Anime Weekend in Atlanta, and okay, now everyone's talking behind me. Anywho, so yeah, it was a really good run. I really enjoyed this. It was a really comfortable cosplay, and at the time, I don't know, no one really seemed to know her as a character.
Oh my god.
And so I was just like, dang it. But at the very tail end of the day, one other woman recognized me, and then we just fangirled Squeed, and then I was like, yes! And then we were just like a hot mess, and I was just like, this was worth it. I don't care that sometimes I don't get, the acknowledgement and recognition, but when I do, it's oh so sweet. It's spot of wonderful glory.
So you immediately answered my question, which was, did anybody recognize you? What was their reaction?
Oh yes, I mean, I had to tell the whole story.
Yeah, that's I'll admit that I would have expected a better reaction out of Atlanta. I thought that there might have been some freaks in the con scene out there that would have been like, "Oh snap, is that Anna Senpai?"
Well, that was also daytime when I was running around, so
Okay.
that might have had an impact. I don't know. Like, that's different.
Fair. I mean, once in a while out here, in Cali, you'll still get like someone cosplaying Blue Snow.
Well, that's an easy cosplay.
Right.
Just wear a pair of panties on your face and a white.
Just grab the
robe.
sheet from your hotel.
Yeah, and you're done. Go commando, and you're good.
Okay, so to be fair, like, you know how Fanime is really super strict, though. For that, you need to wear leggings.
Oh,
Yeah, so you can't be authentic.
just go commando under the leggings.
Yeah.
You feel like I'm wearing something?
Yeah.
It's leggings.
Yeah, you need to wear, like, leggings or pantyhose, basically. I mean, it could be, like, flesh-colored pantyhose or tights, but you gotta wear something. It's just the way the world goes over there. So that's why I was like, okay. But yeah. What's up?
I didn't know that's how strict it was. Maybe I just have never really tested the waters of Fanaway like that.
Yeah, I get it, because you don't want anything to kind of like slide out. So, I understand, but it does kind of break the immersion a little bit. But, hey, it's what you got to do if you want to wear it, right?
Yep, that's definitely the case sometimes.
So, I guess in terms of Anna, would you ever bring it back, or is she pretty much retired?
No, I still have her. She's in my closet.
Okay. Well, you know what she thinks about closets, right? She breaks them down.
I mean, she busts out them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Now that I'm thinking about it, too, I remember the bottle of Love Nectar, and I'm all like, see, bath water, that ain't the business. Bottles of Love Nectar, that's where the money is.
Mm-hmm. But it's got to be the right look.
You saying it makes me feel really uncomfortable.
I'm gonna make you more. I'm gonna make you more uncomfortable, and I'm gonna remind you, she had an entire 1-liter bottle of it, all right?
Probably not when I was
I
done
still
with
stand by her.
Do you hear what this fool just said? My, you guys. This is why YouTube doesn't monetize us. But that's okay. That's all right. So next time I see you, I'm going to be all like, hey, Kimmy, these are some nice cookies. Where did you get? Oh, dear.
Jesus.
Who said I even made the cookies?
Oh, boy.
Are you disappointed now, Steven?
I'm never disappointed. I am always pleasantly surprised, but I'm never disappointed.
That's nice. You're so nice.
I like to think so, Anna Senpai. Oh man. So oh man. Can you believe that show's like 5 years old now? And it's not even talking about like the light novel or the manga either.
Is it only 5 years?
I know, I can't believe it.
Yeah, because I remember Shimoneta was like right before 2016, and if that 2016 is when like everything kind of like blew up, because again it was an election year, and then everything was like turned on its head. But Shimoneta was kind of like coming out right when we basically, as weebs, needed a counterpunch because SJWs were making their, headway into the genre, the hobby, you can say. And that's when I kind of remember it because they were like coming at Senran Kagura, they were coming at Tekken, and then, then Shimoneta came and just kind of right hook crossed them, and they were like, oh, what is this? And they were like, it's just not caring. And then when they were like, oh, well, this show is awful, then Keijo came out, and Keijo came out with the left, gut shot, and then they went away. Because it was that combo of Shimoneta and then Keijo, and they were just like, okay, no one's really listening to us, so we're going to leave.
Yeah.
And that kind of, put them back down. So that's how I always will remember it. But then that's why I said that Shimoneta saved anime. And Keijo just kind of came and picked up the ball and just kind of ran with it. So
yeah,
if Shimoneta was Goku, then Keijo was Gohan.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of just came in launching Booty a whole. Wait, I did not say that correctly.
No, you didn't.
Booty Attack Central.
No, you did, but
My bad.
yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. I personally, I like the Shoryukens attack. The rising boob uppercut, that's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Are these actual attack names?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that was actually what they were translated with, or if that was just the fan servers just having fun with it. Funny enough, though, that show is, and I think it's still on Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah.
I think there's really slight censorship, but there was really no exposure to begin with.
Yeah.
So even if you got the Blu-rays, there's nothing uncensored. I think on the very last episode, it was the top came off, and that was about it. Other than that, the other 11 episodes were all covered, completely covered. If I'm wrong or mistaken, I would love to know, but to my knowledge, Keijo, the way it was on Crunchyroll, was always the way it was. So, But yeah, Keijo and Shimoneta and Keijo saved us like Goku and Gohan did. Saved anime.
Nice.
So, but yeah, okay. So you basically covered a nice spectrum there because you have the quiet reserve type, you have the dominatrix leader, and then you have the yandere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I like a wide variety. I mean, I also like darkness, so.
Kimmy likes darkness.
Oh, another darkness fan.
Yay! Darkness!
I don't meet that many.
I like darkness. Well, I mean, to be fair, I like all three. I like all three.
Girl. Yeah.
I like all three. I think Megumin is probably my favorite, but it's hard to make an argument against all three. Again, ever since Rental Girlfriend came out, and I'm just like, I'm a Miyasora. Because she doesn't come into the conversation that often because it seems like it's always dominated by Aoyuki and Takahashi Rie. They're literally just they're it right now. They're just in everything. It's like Aoyuki, I've always said, is like Dwayne Johnson. She just accepts every role. She just takes every role. And then what she doesn't take, it's like the next one who's second on the list, Takahashi Rie. It's go look at any of the Anna trending charts, and you're gonna find one of them on at least 2 to 3 shows on that list every week. So Aoyuki is in Fire Force. So so you don't really hear, but when Amamiya Sora comes and does it, it's she kills it. Mia the Naga, the Lamia, and Monster Musume, and Aqua, Elizabeth, Kasumi, and Persona 5 Royale. She got everybody to go buy a $60 game again. I shared that meme where Kasumi was the Sailor Moon, and she's just like, my work here is done, and Joker's like, you didn't even do anything. Because she's not even available in the normal game until post-game. Then she's in one dungeon.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. So Aqua got you to buy a $60 game.
Wow.
I mean, it worked.
That's a really long game, too.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Darkness would have enjoyed being tricked like that.
Slap me and take my money, Daddy.
Yeah. I went into Konosuba thinking that Megumin would be my favorite.
Yeah.
And Darkness just took over as soon as she came in.
I didn't like Season 1 Darkness. I didn't really pay much attention to Season 1 Darkness. Then Season 2 happened. And we had that monologue where they were talking about Darkness's ideal woman. When she's just all like, oh, he's going to be drunk and spend all our money and gamble it away. And then he's going to come home and throw a bottle at my head and say, hey, go to the street and make money for us. That right there made me a fan. I'm like, so it's so dumb. I'm like, but she said it with such a straight face. I'm like, done. Sign me up, fam.
I think we've got another change of release.
Yeah. And yeah, that's another one too. It's like Kayano Ai too. She just comes out the cuts and she that want to talk about range right there. It's like boom, she comes out and she just delivers and she kills it. So but yeah. Konosuba. I mean, you can make an argument for almost any of them. You could be like, I like Chris, okay. I like Wiz, all right. I like Yun Yun's classmates, okay. So, I like Eris.
Eris. Pads her chest.
Pads her chest. So, yeah. So, but yeah. All right. Man, and what's funny too is we mentioned that too because everybody was all like, oh, we need was it No Game No Life season 2? Someone was all like, oh, we need like Tanya season 2, and then I was all like, you guys will get all those shows when we get Konosuba season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because all three of them had movies, but no season after that.
Yep.
Everybody keeps saying, well, we'll see how the movie does. Maybe they'll give us a season afterwards. And they're just like, nah, you just got the movie. The movie was your next season, okay?
Which, in the case of Konosuba, was true, because that was the next arc, was the Crimson Village arc.
Yeah.
So they weren't wrong. But to my knowledge, the No Game No Life was like a prequel.
Yeah, it was a prequel.
I don't know if that actually fit in terms of the storyline continuity, like that's actually what happened, or if they were just like, they pulled a Vinland Saga and they were just like, yeah, we're just going to do this.
I don't know. I don't know too much about No Game No Life.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched both the season and the movie, but I don't know anything else about it.
Speaking of No Game No Life, no Stephanie Dola? No? Not your waifu?
I mean, I got a figure.
Oh, okay.
She was the best one in that show. She was my waifu in that show.
She really was. Kimmy, for extra credit, who was your waifu or husbando in No Game No Life?
I didn't get past the first episode, so myself.
Okay. There you go. Good answer.
All right.
D, none of the above. All right.
Yeah.
So, Roman gave us extra credit. He added Darkness onto his list.
Well, no, she was on my list.
Oh, she was. Okay. Oh, so this whole conversation was on point. Okay, good. Makes me feel good.
Yeah, Anna Senpai was on my list. Darkness was on my list. So
Robin.
far, there's only... Well, I didn't have her on the list. But we were talking about One Piece, so I brought up my One Piece waifus.
Okay.
Same with, like, Fairy Tail. She wasn't on my list. Erza. I just brought her up because we were talking about Fairy Tail at the time. So...
No, that's good. It's like, you know, again, it goes back to your point where they're just kind of like all over the spectrum. It's not really one thing per se. And again, and that's what I was all like so interested in. I was all like, it always kind of like, you know, it's like the spider web. It starts at a central point and then it kind of just branches out.
Yeah. And
then you're like, well, I like this one because it's kind of like this, but you know, yeah. So.
Yeah, you got a wide range.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I always say, you know, I like tsunderes and I like this and I like that, but then there'll be a tsundere in a show and I don't like that one. I like this other girl because I like her personality better. It's like, I go more with the personality first. Sure, I'll be like, she looks good based off of her design, but then they get more into her and I'm like, nah, she kind of sucks. I like this girl.
That's fair.
Which is why I'm always confused by like the dude on the Discord on how he can only go with one type as long as their body is a certain way. And I'm like, how can you do that and just totally dismiss all the other characters because of their bust size?
But not a lolicon.
Yeah, not a lolicon though.
That's where you draw the line. It's like legal loli. That's the only way to operate, I guess. Yeah, Kimmy, to kind of fill you in, it's like the one particular body type appeals to this person. So it's like, oh, so you like the lolies? He goes, no, that's disgusting. And it's like,
It's like a lot of people, I think, only associate lollies with underage, young,
right.
But it's more the body type
Right.
that makes a lolly,
Right.
not just the
It
age.
is?
Yeah, it is because remember that's the joke when it's all like I'm a 5,000-year-old dragon, but I'm actually like 2 feet tall.
I look like I'm 5,
Yeah,
but I'm
Yeah.
2,000 years old. That's yeah. It's more the body type, flat, kind of young looking,
Yeah.
but not necessarily like 10. Just mostly flat. Unless you're, I guess, Hestia, then you're considered still a lolly for some reason.
right.
I don't get that. Is it just because she looks young?
Yeah.
Because she does have kind of a youthful face.
Right.
But other than that, she doesn't look anything like a lolly to
Right.
me.
Yeah, that's actually its own genre. It's the Oppai loli.
Yeah, I don't.
So same thing with current Uzaki-chan. That's Oppai loli too.
Yeah, but she's also 19.
Right.
So
Right.
of age.
Mm-hmm. Hestia is too.
But she's like hundreds, thousands of years old. So.
Correct. So, and Kimmy, you did the Sonico version of Hestia, didn't you?
No, I never got around to it. I collected the cosplay materials, but ultimately I was kind of like, I'm not liking the way that the Hestia outfit's looking on my body. I'll keep redoing this until I figure it out, because I have done like the pre-bought one, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is not built for boobs. And then I did a custom cut, and I was like, okay, this thing is like falling off of my booty, and as much as I want this to be a virgin sweater cosplay, I don't.
It's what the ribbon is for.
So,
It holds everything together.
yes, because it will hold it all.
That magic ribbon.
Yeah.
They were selling that too. You just go right out, and it's like on the rack. You just go up, and it's just the ribbons, and that'll be $10, please.
I have a ribbon.
Oh yeah.
I got it with the Blu-ray special edition.
Oh, I was about to say it was an official merch. It is official merch.
Yeah, I got it from the Yeah, I think it's a collector's edition.
Wow.
I always try to buy the collector's editions for DVDs because I like the extra stuff they give you.
Yeah.
But that's only if I like the stuff they're giving you. There was other stuff in there other than the ribbon that I liked. So
Sure.
The ribbon was just an added bonus.
Fair enough.
Also, I do have the figure of the Sonico Hestia.
That was an official figure, right? That wasn't a prize figure.
No, it was an official figure.
Oh, official figure. That thing is quite pricey.
It was,
Well, not
yeah.
as pricey as the other ones, but much more than I would think for a Sonico figure. I'll put it that way.
It was a pretty good amount. Yeah. Yeah. But I had to get it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm.
Goes
fair
with my
choice.
Sonico figures.
Yeah, it's a good design too, so that's why I'm all curious about it. So it was worth, definitely.
Yeah.
So, well, Kimmy, add that onto your homework. Is crank that cosplay out. I believe in you. I believe in you, and I believe in the ribbon.
Why, thank you. Thank you. God, you're so kind. Let me tell you, just absolutely generous in your kind-heartedness. Uh-huh.
So, and so on that note, I'm gonna do Roman's closing thoughts, and then Kimmy, you have the mic. You have the floor.
Oh, do I now? That's lovely.
Oh, closing thoughts already, huh?
Yeah. What do you?
Hmm.
So let me present this question to you in conclusion. Out of what you've seen so far this season, who's looking like a prospective waifu to you? Who are you feeling
Amelia.
right now? Not Amelia. Not Amelia. No
Why not?
Amelia.
She was the only one. She was on my list too. Amelia was on my list.
Oh my. Really?
Yes, seriously, she was on my list.
Oh.
She was number 3.
All right, why Amelia?
Why Amelia?
Why Amelia? Go.
Because everybody seems to overlook the fact that she's trying her hardest to make everybody happy and do things for everybody else, but she just gets dumped on because she's a half-elf. But despite all that, she's trying to make all the villagers happy. She's trying to do everything for them. She's trying to help Roswaal. She's trying to make everybody else, feel happy and all that.
Mhm.
But everybody hates her. But she overlooks it and does it anyway because she wants to help everybody. But no, forget that. It's all about Rem, right?
I'm Ram, guys.
Somebody who spent half of the season trying to kill Subaru. Let's just focus on her. I actually watched a video about somebody saying why people like Rem.
Mm-hmm.
And it was some psychology thing about how, they like how she hated him at first, but then she grew to love him, and now it's this whole thing. And I'm like, forget that. She killed him twice, I think.
Yeah, at least twice.
At least twice. And now she's more stalkerish than anything. What are you talking about?
I don't know if I shared it. I didn't share it, but I saw it. I thought of you because it was a Subaru. It was one of those just me in bed with my girlfriend and her blah blah. So it was Subaru, and he was like just me in bed with my girlfriend. Her 6,000-year-old flying cat, and then out the window in the background you could see Rem.
Yeah. Rem's basically a stalker, people. She's just more open about it.
Legitimate question.
So,
should I finish Re:Zero? Because, I've gotten halfway, and I have hated every moment of it. So, it has demotivated me from finishing out this crescendo. So, I must ask for y'all's opinion of, should I finish the rest of my watching of Re:Zero?
Well, I mean, if you haven't enjoyed it at all, then I wouldn't recommend finishing it. I mean, you should in the end, you should watch what you like. I don't think you should watch it just because other people are trying to get you to watch something. If you're not enjoying it,
and I love that. I love that viewpoint.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it is popular. Personally, I think it's good. It's not the one that I go running towards. I mean, case in point, I watched a brand new show, Renzel Girlfriend, which is a show about simping, before I watched a show that I was caught up on and have bought merch for. So that kind of tells you how excited I was or am. But Roman is right, and he's really, you can feel his adoration for Emilia. So if anyone's going to give it to you straight, he is. I'm just going to say I liked it. It's a good show. It's cool, but at the same time, because this was kind of the same discussion we were having with The Last of Us. Right. And people were like, oh, you got to play the game. And people were like, bro, I'm like 5 hours into it, and I don't like it. When is enough for me to say I just don't like it? So that's the same thing with Re:Zero. If you've seen a couple episodes and you're not feeling it, it's probably not, your mind's not going to change.
Right.
Would I honestly say, go just try? Sure. But is that going to change your mind? Probably not. Probably not.
If you've already said you've gone through, you've said you've gone like halfway already into Re:Zero.
I missed it. What?
I said you've already said you've gone about halfway.
Yeah, I'm about halfway.
Yeah, I'd say by then, if you haven't really enjoyed it at all, then just don't even bother. It's probably not something you're going to enjoy because it really doesn't change much as far as the story or anything goes along.
Okay, because I guess this goes into my anti-husbando. Like if Subaru was like a list of things I do not like about a character, he hits the nail in every single one. I'm just like, gosh, why am I watching?
Which is funny because I actually like Subaru.
More than Kazuma? More than Kazuma?
No.
Okay.
But
okay.
I really did not. I don't mind Subaru. Like I constantly see I read a lot of comments about people talking about how much they hate him, but I think that's mostly because he said he loved Emilia in front of Rem, and they're biased. But I like him. I find him funny, and I kind of enjoy his torment a bit. So
sometimes he deserves it. It's not gonna lie. Sometimes he brings it on himself.
Sometimes, yes.
And I wanted to also chime in too when you said that Rem killed Barasu. Now, Rem was also, when she wasn't killing him, she was killed herself on his behalf. Like, remember with Beetlejuice?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she got, and then the whale. So she's been offed a couple of times because of him, and he knows that, and he's still like, I love Emilia. Come on. Come on. I mean, granted, she won't know any of that. But come on.
Exactly. But I've always said, he's always been about Emilia. Ever since he met her.
Right.
It was always about Emilia.
Right.
So, I admire his dedication to his waifu.
That's the truth.
Oh, man. Kimi, are you caught up with Isekai Quartet?
No.
Okay.
The
That
reason-
one I would recommend watching.
Yeah, for that one, yeah. Especially since I know you've watched Overlord and you have Albedo in the works, so you should watch it definitely for that. And
Okay, good
and
stuff. Because I've heard there's a lovely dynamic and friendship
Yep.
that ensues with Albedo.
yep, the rejected love squad, Rem and Albedo.
Yeah.
So Rem actually goes up. No, yeah, Rem goes up to Albedo. She's like, "Oh, you know exactly what I'm going through," and I'm like, "Don't do this, dude. Do not. This is the worst team up. No, this is the buddy cop film we never asked for."
But
That is
deserved.
not-
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, check that out. As a matter of fact, I would actually say that would be my approach. Pause ReZero, go watch Isekai Quartet, and they're like what 10 minutes long, right?
They're like
Yeah,
12 minutes.
Not that long.
Something
Yeah,
like that.
they're real quick. You can probably knock it out in a weekend, if not a day. And if that doesn't kind of get you excited or into those characters or curious about like the ReZero cast, because they make a lot of points assuming that you've seen all the relevant shows. And so if you go through it and that doesn't kind of get you a little curious, then ReZero's dead in the water. That's how I would take it.
Okay.
Because I will.
I like this.
Yeah.
And if you still don't like them after watching Isekai Quartet,
Then
you had
it's-
Overlord, you had Konosuba in there too.
Yeah.
You got Tanya.
Yeah.
And in the second season, they threw in the Shield hero. So you got other characters that I know you'll probably like.
Yeah.
Because you've probably already seen the shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I started him on for Bang Dream. I started you on Garupa Pico, the chibi version of that.
Correct.
And he's actually enjoyed it.
Correct. Yep.
So I think that's how I'm going to start from now on. Be like, watch the chibi version.
Yeah, the normal show. That's for lamers. Watch the parody comedy chibi version. That'll get you interested. Most of the
Yeah.
time, that's how it works. But yeah. So check that out.
If not for ReZero, then the other characters.
Oh, and Kimmy, I also want to remind you too that Roman's devotion to Amelia got him a death threat too.
Oh, it did. It did get me a death threat. There was a post on Facebook. They showed a figure that was coming out for both Rem and Amelia. And all I posted was, I need that Amelia figure. And some dude came on there and said, you need to kill yourself.
Wow. Wow. Someone might be a little bit hurt about that.
Still a little salty.
Just a smidge.
Like, bro, that was like 3 years ago, man. Come on.
I think I have 5 Amelia figures, actually.
You know what it is? I'll bet that dude is reliving the same day and going to Facebook and reading your comment over and over and over and over again.
Like, maybe if I just hate him enough, he'll die.
That's the secret. Is if I start attacking this Amelia guy, his love for Amelia is preventing me from getting past this day.
When actually all it's done is made me more motivated to get the figure. I got it pre-ordered. I'm waiting for it to come in, and I'm going to go through my timeline,
Yeah.
find that post, and then just post a picture of me holding it.
You're a much better man than I was, or I am. Because if it was me, I would have put a screenshot of like Rem's mangled body.
Oh, I could do that too.
That's what I would have done. I've been like, I love Amelia, and then it's like, now mind you, I like Rem. I think it's adorable, and one of my favorite videos, probably of the last decade in terms of anime, is the interview they did. I think it was the Blu-ray special with Inori Minase, and she's reenacting Rem Smash, and so she has that little like rubber mace, and she's just banging it on the desk while screaming Rem's lines. And now, mind you, Inori Minase is like 4'10", so she's a chibi of a person herself, and she's so angry, and she's throwing the flail around. It was just the cutest thing ever.
Would she be considered a legal lolly?
She would definitely be a legal loli.
Okay.
Absolutely. So yeah. So I have nothing against Rem, but again, it's one of those things where people, I always have the saying that people have started ReZero when they say Rem is their favorite. People have finished ReZero when they say Ram is their favorite.
And people have mastered ReZero when they say Amelia is their favorite.
There you go, this guy.
I'm going to say I don't hate Rem. I hate her fans.
That's fair.
Because they seem to be the most vocal out of the waifu group for this series.
Yeah. They are the ones making the memes, that's for sure.
So it's not Rem I dislike, it's her fans. Most of them. I'm sure there are good ones out there. And if you are one of them, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about these people that tell me to kill myself.
Like Amelia had anything to do with that.
I know, right? So, yeah.
Oh, man. Are you learning a lot today, Kimmy? I hope you're learning.
I really am.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in the school of weeb. I have so much to learn in this lovely chapter.
I look forward to your Amelia cosplay now.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
My voice.
Oh, by the way, now you're cosplaying Amelia. Haha.
What?
I'm kidding.
Hi?
I'm kidding.
Are you really?
We'll talk offline. But yeah.
All right.
But yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. There's in one of our side chats, apparently there's a new Japanese wrestler that just joined up with the female league. And on her, like, I guess it was her Insta or her Twitter or something, apparently she was cosplaying Rem and Ram.
Both of them?
Yeah. And so my homie, he's all like, yo, this is a new female wrestler, just made it to the majors. And I was all like, well, she cosplayed Ram, so she has my vote. And then he shares the Rem picture, and I was like, yo, who's this one? He goes, oh, it's Blue Ram. Oh, Blue Ram. Oh, okay. Blue Ram.
Disrespect.
Blue Ram. I got you. Because who's Rem?
Yeah, who is Rem?
Who is Rem? We don't know who Rem is. I know there's a Blue Ram, but I don't know who Rem is. That joke never gets old.
Seeing as how you're probably never going to finish ReZero, I might as well just tell you.
Thank you.
You've seen the first episode, right?
Of season 2?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, but you've seen. I told you about that whole thing with the why they keep saying who's Rem. I told you about that, right?
I think so, but I don't remember. But good. Don't mind me. Good.
Okay. In season 2, they introduced 2 of the archbishops, Gluttony and Greed. Gluttony eats Rem's name and memories, and because he ate her name, nobody remembers her.
They really like running with that, don't they?
Yes.
Okay.
They also ate Crucia's memories, so she doesn't remember who she is.
Okay. I think I have an idea of where this storyline is going already, but okay.
Yeah, so that's why everybody keeps saying,
Who's
Rem?
Who's Rem?
That's the whole meme behind that.
Got it.
Yeah, since I haven't seen season 2, I just remember it from another plot device from season 1. And that one that I'm thinking of actually occurs towards the end of season 1. But the same issue happens where everyone basically is like, who is Rem? Everyone's memory of a person basically gets lost. So even if Barasu remembers, everybody else is like, what? What are you talking about, crazy guy?
Yeah, he's the only one who remembers.
Right.
Even now.
Okay, so they come back and revisit that plot point. Okay.
Yeah, they come back.
All right.
Only she's in a coma, so.
Okay. All right. I look forward to season 2.
It's good so far. I've already seen a few converts to Amelia's side, so.
Yeah, I was about to say, too, that no one really ever professes their undying love for Amelia. Everyone does for Rem, and then a couple of us for Ram, but Amelia fans are usually like... Eh.
So, I mean, why do we need to compare? We've already got the best waifu.
You hear this guy? Do you hear this guy?
I'm listening.
Wow. All right. Dedication.
All right.
Till the very end of death threats.
Yeah, to the very end. Till this guy shows up to try to kill me.
It'll be like a Ace Attorney case. Just find the bloodied Amelia statue next to your corpse.
Yeah.
Well, we found the murder weapon. Roman's death message, his dying message will be, who is Ren? All right.
So other than Amelia, my final waifu was Lum.
Ooh, that's retro.
Yeah, well, she's my first waifu.
Okay.
So she's always going to be on the list. From Urusei Yatsura. yeah, she's always going to be on the list. I don't care how many waifus I ever get. She's always going to be the number one because she started me on the waifu path.
Aww.
I'm in a similar boat because my wife was the same one too. It's like you never forget your first. So,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, man, and I know that the Rumiko Takahashi's bringing back Inuyasha. It makes you wonder if like Urusei Yatsura or Meisei Nikoku or any of those other ones, even Ranma, if those are ever going to come back. I mean, I would like to say don't, but can't really predict anything these days.
Right.
The 90s seem to be what's coming back now. Thanks, Shaman King.
Yeah. Well,
Shaman
that
King
was early
2000.
2000s. Yeah, that was early 2000s.
But yeah.
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 I told you about the whole Russian thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Kimi, did you ever watch Urusei Yatsura?
Nope.
Okay. Same mangaka from Ranma and Inuyasha. This was from the 80s.
Ah.
Uh-huh.
And
It's
I don't.
like late 70s, late 70s, late 80s.
Mhm.
Like I think it ended in 89 or 90 or something like that.
Oh, so right before Ranma.
Yeah, I think as Dragon Ball Z was starting up,
Okay,
Urusei Yatsura was ending.
that makes sense. Yeah, I saw I saw Urusei Yatsura, I should say, when we were in high school on
Yeah.
public access television.
That's where I saw it.
That's really
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
That's my exposure to the show. Ranma I've seen in like 5 languages, like English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, and Italian. But Urusei Yatsura, like on public access, they only had the Japanese, so that's why I was more attached to like the Ranma characters than I was to like the Urusei Yatsura.
As far as I know, other than like the movie, Beautiful Dreamer, they only ever did it in Japanese.
Oh, so they never
Because-
dubbed it.
From what I understand, they tried doing a dub. You can find a dub of it on YouTube
Okay.
where Lum's got like a French accent. And they said it was so horrible that they just decided to just keep it in Japanese and subtitle it.
Good call. Oh man.
Yeah, she had a French accent. I was like, what? This isn't Lum. Give me my Japanese Lum.
You don't remember when the French colonized outer space?
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. The only time they won a war was when they didn't fight anybody.
Which is funny because her dad didn't have a French accent.
I got nothing on that one. It was over. That conversation's over.
I guess I would say Urusei Yatsura was also my first introduction to anime boobs. Because in the very first episode, she loses her top.
Which was funny because I was thinking about that too. When like a big meme that they love to share is when she was making her notes about like Kagome and Inuyasha, and she made that note that says we're never gonna do an upskirt of Kagome, but yet there's all those like bathtub onsen springs and then boobs and Ranma boobs, and so boobs are okay and cleavage is okay, but you don't do a panty shot. That's just where we draw the line.
Well, I mean, she can't give us all of our hopes and dreams in an episode, right?
It's fair.
You got hope up here. Got dreams down there.
Yeah.
So,
It's in Senran Kagura was boobs are life and ass is hometown. That's how he described it.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So he didn't actually say boobs, but you get the point.
Right. Right. Opie.
So yeah. But I guess the only other thing that I remember about Urusei Yatsura was the voice actor for Kenshiro. Was it Ishida Akira?
Yep.
He was actually homeboys with Rumiko Takahashi.
Yeah.
And she always wanted him in everything. She was like, that's my boy. I'm giving him a job. That's preferential treatment. And, at that time, he was living it. He was in Macross. He was Rick Hunter. I don't know I forgot what his Japanese name was. And then he was Kenshiro. So he was just killing it. And they were just Illuminati. And he actually did a cameo in one episode of Urusei Yatsura where he was Kenshiro.
Yeah.
And that was great. You can find that on YouTube.
I think he was in a couple episodes.
He like Kenshiro?
Yeah.
As like one of the students?
Yeah.
Because he fought the Tanuki, right?
Yeah, the big cat.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a cat.
Was it cat?
It was
Yeah.
a cat.
Okay.
He fought the big cat and
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah. The only time Kenshin ever lost. But it wasn't his own universe, so he's undefeated.
But
yeah.
there's also Shutaru.
Mm-hmm.
Plays Shutaru in that show as well.
The guy with the wooden sword.
Yeah, who's afraid of the dark.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that was him. Yeah, they wanted him to be Kuno in Ranma.
Yeah.
But they were like, nah, we don't want to put too much money into this because we don't know if Ranma's going to make any money.
It lasted for 100 episodes.
Yes, it did. International success. And so then they were like, okay, we screwed up with that Ranma thing. Let's put him in Inuyasha. And by then he was just all like, okay, it'll be like 300,000 an episode, please. They were like, nah.
Who was he in Inuyasha?
He wasn't. He was too expensive.
Oh, you just said it.
He was too expensive. And then in Ranma, they didn't cast him because they were like, we want to keep it under budget. So we'll get these new people. We'll get this this chick. Her name is Megumi Hayashibara. Yeah, she sounds good. And this other chick, what's her name? Kikuko Inui. Yeah, she looks like she'll never go anywhere. Let's put her in there. Kikuko Inui becomes Belle Dandy. Sets the standard for Ara One-chans.
I was an Erd guy.
Yeah. Me too. Erd was best.
Yeah, she was the best.
Like I said, I'm not going to deny what Kikuko Inui did for the industry, but
Right.
But yeah.
But Erd was better.
Yeah. Even when she did Kasumi Tendo, she was still Ara type.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What? Nice.
So, all right. So, Lum. So, yeah, Nico Robin, Boa Hancock, Anna Nishikinomiya, I Love Amelia, and Lum.
And Darkness.
And Darkness. All right.
And I threw in Erza as a bonus. Just a passing.
Bonus meme.
So that's it.
Solid
Those are,
list. Top
I
7.
guess that's my top. Yeah, 7. Yeah.
All right, Kimmy, what you got? Still alive?
Wait, what? Like waifus or husbandos or both?
Go for it. You got the mic. What's your take?
It's all you.
So let's see. Interestingly enough, like probably when I was a teenager, I definitely had a whole list of husbandos because I remember making custom images for them on my live journal. You know, because that's how you got internet clout back then, as someone that could digitally manipulate characters. And at the time, I was like really rooting for Sanji, Zoro from One Piece,
Right.
Kakashi from Naruto. And like, I still stand for Kakashi to this day. It's actually how one of my close friendships came about. So that one I think is really, really good.
Nice.
What else? I think his name was Sven from Black Cat. Do y'all remember watching that?
Black Cat.
I don't think I've seen Black Cat. I've heard of it,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen it.
Is that the one with the Thief Sisters? That's Cat's Eye.
That might be Cat's Eye.
That's Cat's Eye. Okay. Black Cat. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's been so long. It was like 15 years ago. I remember it being really good, at least just all the feels and whatnot. But no, that dude was real legit. He just seemed like a really charming dude. And at the time, I was just a sucker for good old charm and charisma. And I think he was kind of the same vein as like Leo from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
I like going through his list, and I'm just like, man, yeah, I don't have as many husbandos. I used to ship Ichigo really hardcore, and I also had like a short yaoi period where I shipped Ichigo and Grimjaw, and I also shipped Iruka and Kakashi Sensei. So, yeah, those were the days. I moved on past since then, though.
Grown from your days as a young girl.
A young yaoi enthusiast, yes. I moved on from those days. Nowadays, though, I definitely have a bigger list of waifus. I think it's just because, like, right now I'm in the space of, like, finding female characters that I just really resonate with. And I have to say that I think my first one was Pris from Bubblegum Crisis 2040. And, like, man, I was just like, wow, she's got this confidence. She doesn't care if what other people think. And to be able to be liberated of that thought just sounds amazing to me. Someone that's just like young and inspiring and just like doughy-eyed in a sense. So yeah, and nowadays it's like Rhea Cremery from High School DxD, the president. I think it's her entire sense of leadership and her courage and ability to like navigate through like her family craziness is awesome. But also too, she has like just a sense of humor about it all. And like also too, I really have to say that series just has a really solid cast all around, just because there's like a variety of characters as far as like a harem goes, but they're not like, I don't know, agitating to me. Like I could see semblance of myself in each one of the characters to some degree, and that's what like really keeps me gravitated to High School DxD. And speaking of high schools, another one that is on my list is a good old classic, Seiko Busujima from High School of the Dead. Now that's a show I wish will get a second season, but unfortunately, death happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the second one today. The second one of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Hopefully, it's the last one of this podcast.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah. I mean, let me. Or no, go ahead. I'll let you finish before I interject. Go ahead.
You sure? Because like, this will go a while. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say, Roman, did you watch High School DxD?
No.
Okay, because there's another guy on our Discord. He also is like, because he liked he was Hisaka. Oh god, I'm forgetting her name, her actual name. But yeah, the voice actress. She just had her birthday last week, and so he was all like, "Oh yeah, I don't really care about any of our other roles. I'm only here for Rias." And I'm like, "All right, apparently this show's got a following." But some people are all like, "Oh, it's just Panty Shot the show." And then they're like, "Oh, that's also Rosario Vampire." And I'm like, "Oh, they can't all be Panty Shot the show." So people like this show for a reason. So it's got a following. So what is your take on it? Is it really fan service with no substance, or is there something to it?
That a question for me or Roman?
Yeah, that's a question for you.
I haven't watched it, so I couldn't answer that question even if I wanted
Okay.
to.
I was like, wait, sorry. Wait for it here.
No worries.
I don't know. I guess like when you're watching ecchi shows, like there's a certain level of like, I give it a little bit more of a break of seriousness. Like I take it with a grain of salt that this is all plausible. Because let's face it, us running around with the whole leader of Love Nectar ain't plausible. It's gonna wind up in jail, and someone's gonna get like a whole life destructive mode and wind up as Florida woman runs around with 1 liter bottle of Love Nectar quotations. So that being said, I'm just like, I don't really watch ecchi necessarily for the plot, but I do enjoy it when it's injected. So in this case with High School DxD, I honestly just like the world building around like the demons, the classes, the entire relation of like Rhea Cremery as the president and also the king of her court, and then like that the main protagonist, like he is a pawn and he gets powered up at certain intervals. And I thought that was an interesting concept enough for me to be like, you know what? I can suspend my disbelief. That's the phrase I'm looking for. I can suspend my disbelief enough to enjoy the comedy and silliness that happens in this. And it's kind of like the entire idea of like, man, are some of these anime like, should they be translated to real life adaptations? Because I say that because recently my friends and I watched Cats, the movie, and man, let me tell y'all, like that should have just been an animation.
Right.
Like I was just so distracted, so much I did not know what was happening musically. I was questioning everything visually, and I know for a fact that like if this were an animated film, it would probably have a different interpretation just because it just doesn't look as silly.
Right. And
with anime, I think it kind of follows that same line of like, you know, some certain titles are definitely suitable content for translation into a live action series. And that's where I'm like, okay, is this where you're going to take your belief and like really harp on it and that like it's substance? Because like I don't know, if I'm looking for substance, let me tell you, just go look for Your Lie in April. You'll find substance, and you also find yourself in a puddle of tears.
I'll be the judge of that.
So I'll put it this way: like every series is designed with a certain intent to evoke certain audience emotions and reactions. And this one is definitely like self-aware of that. And I think that's the part where I'm like, for some shows, they just don't have any idea. And that's what it felt like with watching Cats was like, oh my gosh, like these actors are putting their heart and soul into it, but they have no idea what the end result is. And this is kind of like us as an audience is laughing at this as a big inside joke, and the actors, the acting team themselves are not a part of it. And with anime, it's like, well, if this show is self-aware, I can definitely respect that. You know, it's taking deliberate pokes and stabs at tropes and the usual lines and whatnot, and I'm okay with it. They're having fun. That's what they're doing. And they want us as an audience to have fun with them. So let's give them that guardrail.
Hisaka Yoko. That's her name. That was her name.
Had to look.
That's the Rias Grimori's voice actress. And
Man, you're so good with these names.
yeah, it's an addiction.
She's
We
also,
all have a talent.
also Mio from K-On!
Yes.
And Tomoe from Bang Dream.
Yes. Yeah, she's got a reputation in years of experience, and it when you're describing it like that, it reminds me of literally Konosuba, where they are professionals, but they're just having fun. You know, they sell it because they're having fun. They know that these people are awful people, but they're like, we're just gonna have fun being awful, and it works. So that's the vibes I was getting.
That's honestly why I like some of the dub voice acting translations for a lot of the ecchi titles, because if they were to like do a literal translation line by line, oof, like I'll be real, like I don't think that will be a very good outcome. But instead, like the English localization team, they really do take it to heart of like injecting a little bit of like the local culture here, at least in the States, of like making it resonate with the audience. They knew who their audience is, and they're going to fine tune it to translate well from the Japanese culture to Western American culture. And I think that's like really cool, like how that all plays out. And that for me, that's why I'm really happy with High School DxD. Although another one I need to catch up on is the latest season. I think I'm stuck at Heroes.
Okay.
I think that's the last one. So yeah. And if I'm to move on to a different waifu, this one's definitely on the list of obscure waifus that I don't think anyone really celebrates. And that's Satelliter Elbridget from Freezing. And this is also another ecchi title. Mm-hmm. And she is referred to as the Untouchable Queen in this future society in which the only defenders of Earth are these legions, the Legion of Badass Women. Mm-hmm. And they're tasked with pretty much wielding their own body-generated weapons and swords and sundries to fight aliens.
And the dude
like that. What's up?
That's the description. It should be on Funimation with that description.
Hello?
Yeah. No, I just said that should be the description on Funimation.
That should be. I think that they even had a promotional campaign for it. Was like, oh man, I need to pull it up, but it's really short, succinct. It talks about like boobs, weapons, and aliens. And I'm like, well, are you talking about To Love Ru, or are you talking about Freezing?
And I could be mistaken here, but in Freezing, the dudes were kind of like the subordinates of the women, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They are. So they are the freeze points.
Yeah.
And they are definitely like in a different class altogether. Some of them have different freezing capabilities, air quotes, imagine if you will. The dudes basically help support their, and it's eluding me right now, their main woman and for Satellizer, like, as the untouchable queen, she cannot fathom the idea of having a freezer, a partner.
Mhm.
And she just has a lot of trauma from her past that comes up later during the storyline. Which, admittedly, I will say in the second season, she gets hit with a Nerf stick real hard.
Heard about
It's
that.
like, man, first season, she kills it, she rocks it, she owns it. Second season, Nerf stick, smack, 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 smack. And I was like, you know, I like her character enough to be invested and read into the manga and see what she's about. And ultimately, I'm very satisfied with the payoff. I was quite sad when the mobile game got shut down.
Yeah.
I was like, no. But, you know, it is what it is. And I'll always stand for her, too.
That's fair. That's fair. For Roman, Momiko Note actually voices Satellizer. That's Skasaha Scotty and Skasaha and FGO.
Oh yeah.
If you go way back though in the time machine, I forgot what her name was, but in School Rumble, she was the quiet sister. Yeah.
Oh.
So the sister of the main character.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That was her too. That was like one of her early roles too. And then she became the queen in Valkyria Chronicles. I don't know how familiar you guys are with that, but yeah, that's the voice actress for Satellizer. And I only saw the first season. I think it was because of Kimmy's cosplay. And then you actually discouraged me from watching Freezing Vibration, Kimmy. So yeah.
What?
Did we lose you? Did we lose you?
I'm hearing y'all. Y'all
Okay.
sound like y'all belong in a sardine can.
Oh yeah. All right, hang on. Let me do one thing. Roman, you can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Wow. Just
All right, can you hear us now?
Like a faint little blip of the ocean.
it's just not really then.
How about now?
Still the same. I'm not sure what quite happened, but the quality like kind of ebbed and flowed. Because at first I could hear y'all clearly, but now it feels like it sounds like y'all are at the bottom of a barrel.
All right, hang on. We're messing around with some things.
Okie
Okie dokie.
Everything's coming through.
Everything's fine over here.
Oh.
All right, hang on.
Oh. Better.
You can hear me now? Okay. All right, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm putting you down now. All right,
Okay.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Did you
Yes,
hear?
I can hear you too.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I remember watching Freezing, at least season 1, and then you were the one who discouraged me from watching season 2. Yeah. Specifically for that reason, because you were like, yeah, she got hit with the Nerf hammer, and I was like, aw.
It happens though, even to the best of us.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's still. When did it end? In like 2015 or something? 2016 or?
Nope. Let me look.
Okay.
The manga?
Yeah.
Or the anime?
Yeah, the manga. Did it actually get a conclusion?
It was going for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let me look. Nope, it's still going. It says original run is until present. It has 33 volumes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, because I was still buying at least up to 22, so I was like, I'm pretty sure it's still going. But in classic me fashion, again, I have a plethora of manga to catch up. So it'll probably take a few days to do that at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, it's a Korean title, too.
That's right.
Is it?
That's right.
I think so. Nope, I'm wrong. It's Japanese. But it's written by a South Korean author.
Okay, so they took the the Japanese publishers took the South Korean author's story and turned it into the manga.
Yep.
Which then became the anime.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And there was a bunch of different types of characters too. I remember there's like the Ojo-sama and then the cold, like stone cold bee. I don't want to cuss, even though I've cussed already. But yeah. Yeah, there was like a type for everybody.
It's got to be on a show like that.
Yeah.
Can't just have one type and
But
be like.
no, it wasn't bad though.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no.
Like a show like this where it's got a whole bunch of different girls, they're gonna have one of, or at least one of each type.
One type of
Something to accommodate everybody.
No yandere though. Sorry.
No, that's fine. Anna Senpai's all I need.
Although, correct me if I'm wrong, Satellizer did like to eat, right? She was always like, I'm hungry.
Yes, burgers are her favorite.
Hey,
No,
you just, Roman added a new waifu to his list.
I like burgers. I do kind of like the gluttonous characters, so.
Same here. Because, I mean, I kind of do that in real life, so.
Hey, that's all good. So, I think one of our last conversations too, you said unfortunately that Satellizer's retired from your cosplay wardrobe, or are you still willing to bust it out?
I'm still willing to bust it out, but I mean, like, I'm very satisfied because I got the English voice actor's signature on her bust, so I was very satisfied with that result. Thank you. And I think it's more that if I am to do another, I would like for Caitlin Glass to, that's English voice actress, by the way, to autograph like a different season of her outfit.
Okay.
So that's probably the only thing, because I actually like her blue outfit a lot more, and that's like one that's not shown in anime series. It's manga only. But yeah, it's funny because Caitlin, she was like, wow, I never see this character show up. And I'm like, yeah. And guess what? I'm in Memphis just for her.
Wow. Well, that's good. That's great that the voice actress recognized you.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I fully believe it when she says this is a rare one, let alone to bring it to the autograph session. So I'm sure she was like, oh, wow, mind blown.
Oh my goodness, she was so nice about it. Like, so obviously I can't be like toting around like this big, huge weapon because one of my friends, high school friend, he actually crafted me one made out of real metal, and holy guacamole, that thing is like a 20-pounder, which is fine. It's actually made of metal, so it actually could technically not pass weapons check.
Correct.
So that being said, she was super nice, and she like made it a point to close out the convention, signing my sword, and that was like awesome because I was like, "Yay! We don't like break any convention rules. I get this thing signed, and we're merry go happy on my way." Awesome. This is I couldn't have asked for any better.
You broke the untouchable queen.
And I'm so happy.
So, and I do want to go back to Saeko, because I think that for me that was one of your legendary cosplays next to Neliel, and that also was one of the first times that I started paying attention to Miyuki Sawashiro, the voice actress. And so for me it's a very iconic character, and so I know that you've touched on it too. You're like, I like these kick-ass badass bitches. I cussed, sorry. And that's all fair. That's all fair. So you could, I don't know, you could kind of classify Saeko as a yandere, wouldn't you?
Enough. I mean, she has a very flip nature.
Yeah. Yeah. It are you now, I'll put this to you. Are you a swordsman or are you a gunsman? Which one do you fight with? What do you prefer? And I'll even go further and say, with your waifus, which do you prefer them to wield, guns or swords?
You know, I'm just going to browse through my cosplay wish list, and I'm like, from the way it looks like, it's definitely swords hands down.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
also, I'm like, I don't know if there's a lot of women that have guns aside from maybe Commander Shepard.
Okay.
Or I'm looking and I'm kind of like, no.
You got
nope,
Yoko
you have a
Littner.
sword. Nope, you have cosmic powers. Nope,
Yoko,
you're a rabbit that plays
Revy,
basketball.
Faye.
Roman is over here listing off waifus that use guns.
Yeah, and then I'm like, you know what? I've just completely.
Yeah.
I have my own answer. That's definitely swords. I should just answer straightforward. It's
Yeah.
swords.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Especially since you in the beginning you kicked it all off with all the Shonen Jump, the big three. So One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto, and it's like, yeah, those are pretty hand to hand and weapons, like sword based weapons. Yeah.
Swords are cool.
So it's just make it.
Man, I can't believe Bleach is coming back. Man, I don't want to have hope. Don't give me hope. I don't want it.
I know. I'm excited for more Rangiku myself.
But
Matsumoto.
I don't want to have hope because I had so much hope stored in Bleach that it would have a very good ending and just everything. And now I'm just sad that I never saw my girl Nelia come back.
I remember that when they did bring her back, they only brought her back in her chibi form, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they never showed her quote unquote unleashed form again for Nelio.
Nope.
This is the green haired one. She was the
Mhm.
former Arankar. And
I'll take your word for it.
thanks. Was it Ulquiorra, right? No, it wasn't Ulquiorra. Nonoitora. That guy.
Yep.
He got mad. He was hella jelly over Nelio, and he just like broke her. So yeah, he basically just kicked her ass, threw her out, and then Bleach happens, and then he right before she's about to kick his ass back, then she just be like, I'm out of energy because Bleach.
Yep. Magically.
Yeah. So that's kind of like that's the story of Bleach. It's like, I'm about to do this badass thing. Oh, the Farfanugan happens. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
I think Bleach was like the only like Shonen Jump series too, by the way, that managed to skip a tournament arc. Unless that was one of the fillers, but
They didn't do one?
I don't think they ever did one.
No.
No.
That's why it failed.
Oh. Even One Piece had a tournament. Couple of tournaments, actually. Right?
Yeah, a couple.
Uh,
And I'm joking about Bleach. I haven't watched it, so I can't say it failed.
no. It was just like that, man. Bleach was literally the rocket. It sped up. It took over. It stole the mantle from Naruto and One Piece, and then once it like hit the atmosphere, it blew up.
Did it?
And that was the end. That was it.
Did it steal a mantle?
It was. Yeah,
my
it
God,
was
tried
number
it
one
any
for
better.
me.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
I'll take your word for it.
And away it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. It was the last one to start and the first one to finish.
And here it is, coming back to haunt me.
Yeah. It's bringing
Thank
Shaman
you.
King. It's bringing Shaman King along with it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Snap.
Looking forward to Shaman King.
Yeah. But they're just Bleach is just finishing, right? They're just animating the last couple of parts that they didn't do the first time around. Isn't that what they said?
Yes.
Yeah.
Still giving me hope, Steven.
Well, you know how it goes. They say that, but then right in the middle, they're going to give you a filler arc, and it's going to be how Neliel is running things in Hueco Mundo.
Sure.
And Kubo, he was he did like a little short, real like in between all of this, right? Because I think I remember seeing the advertisements in Japan in the subways.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were or animating.
He also designed characters for a recent PlayStation game.
Oh, Sakura Wars, or Sakura
Yeah.
Tyson. Yeah.
Burn the Witch. That's what the side story was about.
Yeah, and I was getting confused because some people said it was a continuation, and some said it was a side story, and then some other people were like, "Oh, it's the side story that takes place during one of the arcs, and it's the vice captain dude with the 69 on his cheek.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just know the title.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to watch it and figure it all out. So we're just gonna have to act surprised, like, yeah, I remember this. No, I don't.
Yeah. So confused.
Yeah. The Roman and I's friend that I went to go visit 2 weeks ago in Southern California, I think I've told you this. I think I've told Roman this as well, but he used to ironically read Bleach along with me, and he's all like, I hate this sucks, but it's so dumb, it's great. And he's all like, look at Yami. Yami is just all like, I'm number 10, but that doesn't mean I'm the weakest because I'm actually 0. I'm above number 1. And then he always like slaps somebody. Usually it was a female too. And then that's why he doesn't even get beat. He just gets like knocked out. And that's why he was like all the way till the end, because no one ever like offed him. He always just kind of came out and he was just like, he was like a Nappa that just didn't die.
Yep.
And that was like, he's my favorite character. All the other characters suck. I like him because he's so dumb, because the series is dumb. And I ironically like Bleach because it's dumb. That's literally what he told me. Literally his words. And I was laughing so hard. Like at the very last fight between like Ulquiorra and Ichigo, and then he just comes out of nowhere. He's just like, and it's like, really, bro? But yeah, that was that's Bleach, man. That's Bleach. It's literally like, because like I said, with like One Piece or Naruto, it was like when he went QB, it just boom, it was just badass all the way to the end, and then the dude didn't get back up. But in Bleach, it's like, I unleashed my ultimate attack. Oh, I stopped it, or it didn't kill me. So I have my inner energy, the bad guy's inner energy, to counter your ultimate attack. And then the good guys are like, oh, well, I didn't even use my final form, so I have an ultimate attack that still doesn't kill the bad guy. Oh, and then, by the way, Aizen comes back.
Forever one up.
Yes, forever one up the anime. I think that's why they had to end it. They were like, bro, you've run out of one-ups, okay? It's not infinite continues.
There's no like development. You're just creating new characters because you forgot what characters you've already like made.
Correct. Which is again why I just Ichigo was like my least favorite character, because I always felt it was never like that. I always felt that there was always a training arc, and I know people make that argument. They're like, oh, well, he trained with Zangetsu and he trained with Yoruichi, and I was like, did he really? He kind of got that Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi training, where he kind of hung around, and they were just kind of like, yeah, you can kind of do it, I guess, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go do it, and then he does it, and then he just does it, and I'm like, oh my god, come on, man.
Oh my god.
The Goku method.
The Goku method. He just kind of hung out, and then he just kind of figured it out. And then, the true power was always inside of him the whole time. And
it wasn't the treasure, it was the journey along the way.
I see this pulls on some certain heartstrings for you, man.
It was like, I can almost make an argument, almost, for like any other character in that show. Like, it had such an amazing supporting cast that still to this day, like, stay with me. And, and then I think about the main character himself, and I'm like, man, I even like Naruto more than I like Ichigo.
I mean, Boruto's dead?
Yes, Boruto's dad.
I can't even blame you.
Yeah. And
I can't even blame you.
But I also get it, too, that some of his fight scenes were so, like, choreographed so well that I get it. I get what's the appeal of Ichigo. I understand it. I just think it was poor storytelling. I think that's the best way to summarize it. But and I kind of have to eat my own words, though, because at the end, he actually ended up with Orihime, so he broke the childhood friend trope. Because remember, the childhood friend never wins? Orihime won.
Yep. For once.
Yeah. So yeah. All right, but yeah. But continue. That was a nice little Bleach rant. Please go on.
Say, we're gonna be on this Bleach rant for a lot longer.
Oh yeah. I can make a whole 3-hour podcast on Bleach. Trust me.
Oh man, can we not? We already have like so much time devoted to Bleach.
Yeah. But no, go ahead. Continue. Waifus and husbandos.
I'd say Ringo no Yamano from Air Gear.
Mm.
And not even necessarily for her anime portrayal, but for her manga. She's just a smart cookie, and she's just really true to herself and her feelings and in touch with that, and she really does fight for her friends. I really appreciate that. And another one that I need to catch up. I think Air Gear finally ended.
Really?
Yes, it did finally end.
Wow.
Let me look. Wow. So it ended 2012, and it lasted from November 20th, 2002 to May 23rd, 2012. So 10-year run. So that's a chapter for me to catch up on. But I do remember just having a really good time while going through that world and appreciating it. So I'm like, man, I feel like I'm just kind of dusting off some bits here and there. Another one that's also a smart cookie that's on my list that has nothing to do with anime specifically,
Mm-hmm.
but in the parallel universe, I would like to take a nod to good old Talzora from Mass Effect. She is an alien space engineer in Mass Effect and travels with Commander Shepard to save the entire freaking universe. And man, she's just adorable and cute, and she's just awkward, and I love it because I relate to it on all fronts of that note. And there's like just wonderful romance scenes that are built with Commander Shepard as the main protagonist and her. And like she grows, she challenges herself, she learns to really own her identity and to be proud of what she's done as part of the Normandy crew. And yeah, I'm really just going through my cosplay wish list and be like, yes, you. Yes, you.
Well, you mentioned that she's an engineer, so I think you kind of have a connection on that front because you're an engineer of a different type, but you kind of are still in the process of fixing and creating things.
Yeah, if you want to say that I'm the engineer that, I wouldn't trust myself with the numbers, yeah. FYI, I'm a designer, so I do a lot more of the creative solutioning.
Mm-hmm.
That it's a little bit more squishy at understanding problems and how to drive change through different spaces and different people and understanding how to connect all of it together in a meaningful manner. And but Tally, she kind of has to do a lot of the same in Mass Effect of like trying to negotiate with her people. So yeah, you're right. You're spot on that.
Yeah, it just when you brought her up and listed all of her traits, I was just like, I kind of see a connection here. I kind of get it.
So she's a top one.
Okay.
And I don't know if you really want me to go through my entire list because there's a lot.
I mean, it's all good. We can we'll always do a follow up.
Yeah, we'd have to do just one of these.
Yeah, so we can always come back to, and yeah, but you have just like Roman, you have like a nice array of different types and different kinds, and you guys, I have to admit, you guys both came up with aliens too. Mm-hmm. You came up with Lud.
What's not to like?
So fair enough. I feel so overshadowed, or not overwhelmed, but definitely overshadowed and outplayed here. But yeah.
I don't believe that for a second. I know you.
No, I'm gonna be Kanye West and be a little like I'm gonna let you finish. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm finished.
You're all right. Well, until the next one. Until the next special episode.
Yeah.
You know what though? I'm actually.
I have to wait till next time to hear your list.
Well, if you want to hear more, yes. But for the rest of your list, yes, it'll be the next episode. No, okay. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna change the game on you guys. Well, you actually kind of brought it up too, but my only two waifus that I'm gonna bring up is like Roman, my first waifu, the one that got me introduced to this whole game, and that's Mai Shiranui. And if you and I know most people are like, well, what about Chun-Li? And it's all like, I wasn't that exposed to Street Fighter, Like I played Street Fighter in '92 with Super Street Fighter 2 on the Super Nintendo, and that was kind of my exposure to the series. But I didn't pay much attention. There was only two options. You had Chun Li and Cammy, and I don't know. It just didn't really click on me. But when I started getting like Tips and Tricks magazine and EGM, and then all those other and Game Informer, or sorry, where's the Game? No, it wasn't Game Informer. It was another one. But I discovered My Shiranui, and then randomly on Sci-Fi Channel when they started showing anime over the summer, like on like Wednesdays and Saturdays and whatnot.
Yeah.
And one of the movies they showed was Fatal Fury, the movie, and I was like, okay, wow, and I was like, okay. And then I started learning more about Fatal Fury and Real Bout, and then I came across King of Fighters, and then it was just downhill from there. And My Shiranui was really the first anime video game waifu that I paid attention to. Not,
Wow.
I do want to throw that disclaimer, and I'm not taking anything away from Chun-Li, especially over the evolution. Like Alpha Chun-Li, I think was the first design that really connected with me, and that's why I probably like love Alpha so much more than like any of the other Street Fighters. But I first was more fixated on Mai before Chun-Li, and then I kind of came back to like respect and admire Chun-Li later. But yeah, Mai Shiranui, and it's all kind of like all the same qualities. You know, it's strong leader of the Shiranui clan. In the most recent games, in her gameplay, she's actually like top tier. She's been top tier in like 13 and 14. You know, she's the face of a franchise. You know, she drives the weebs crazy and the feminists mad. So drives them crazy in another way. You know, and then obviously like if you saw me a couple months ago with the Terry's Smash release where it's only for good boys and girls, and I loved sharing those memes because it was like such an iconic character, and it's almost like you can't be a female cosplayer or you know any cosplayer if you're in that inclined, but you can't be a cosplayer like that on Patreon or OnlyFans and not have done Mai or have Mai on your wish list. You know, it's one of those things. If she's done Mai and an Evangelion plug suit, she a cost thought, and she's on Patreon or OnlyFans, she's a cost thought. So, yeah, it's one of those things, man. It's Mai just really made that impact on me, and in the movie, she actually was voiced by Mitsubishi Kotono, who was the original voice actress for Sailor Moon, and Misato from Evangelion. So, yeah, it was an iconic design, iconic character. Carried one of the faces of the franchise. You know, that's why she's in everything. It's like even though the roster of King of Fighters is shifted and altered, it always was Mai was always there. Mai was always a fixture. You always knew it was going to be Terry and Mai, and then everybody else. And it's So and then on CVS 2, it was all Mai and Chun-Li in Capcom vs SNK. It was all Mai and Chun-Li. So yeah. So, and I think if I had to pick another one, I would say my next favorite would probably be Zelda. I'd say Zelda is just another iconic character, you know. And it's even though I've kind of grown distant from Nintendo these days, it's not to say that Zelda didn't make an impact. And you could probably thank the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Well, excuse me, princess. So there you go. Strong, independent female leader. Kept the dude in check. Bailed him out on more than one occasion. And cute, good design. I'll take it. Yeah. I mean, after that, I mean, I don't know. I don't like playing by these rules personally because it's like it's more like you're better off naming a show and then I'll tell you who the waifu or husbando is from that show. And for that,
Yeah.
that'll be a 7-hour podcast at that point.
Yeah, that definitely is relevant for you, Steven.
Yeah. So that's why when they were like, you know, don't pick more than one waifu, it'll ruin your lifeu. I'm all like, yeah. As I look at
Let's make my
men,
life better.
it gives it more variety, absolutely. But yeah, it you'll pay for it, that's for sure.
Can I mention my first waifu?
Absolutely.
Cool, because like now that y'all mentioned y'all's first waifu, I'm like, I clearly remember my first waifu, but I definitely did not register it as a waifu. But now that I look back in like reflection, yeah, she definitely qualified as a waifu. I just didn't know at the time because I was 6.
Okay.
I was 6, and that is the year of Space Jam, I believe.
Mhm.
And man, you know where I'm going with this?
I know where you're going.
My heart is set on Lola Bunny, and when I reflect on it, I drew so many different iterations of her. I'm trying to get her ears just right, her eyes, her mouth, her frame. And I just remember like seeing her on the screen and just being like, wow. To be able to have that presence onto a court and just wow a whole crowd like that. Like, wow. I'm wowed. I want to be here. But I'm 6. I don't know what's happening, but you know, whatever's happening, that seems really amazing and awesome. So yeah, I don't know if she's like industry setting or whatnot. She probably is like part of the legion of personas that got people to get in touch with their inner furry self.
I was about to say that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you've been
Does
a
that mean
furry.
furry?
Yeah, you've been a furry since you were 6. Okay.
All right.
Have I?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Well, we could say you've been a furry until you discovered Rios, though.
I mean, are you suggesting that once I discovered Rios, I dropped the furry?
No.
I still love the little buddy.
Yeah. No, that's a solid choice. And that's one that I haven't seen being cosplayed until like within the last maybe 2014 I started seeing. I don't know what happened around 2014, like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Maybe it was your impact or your influence. And I just kind of started seeing that. It was like, you know what? And everyone just started cosplaying Lola Bunny. I don't know if they did a Blu-ray release or something that sparked everyone's interest, or it ended up on Netflix or something. But yeah, Lola Bunny cosplayers just started coming out the woodwork like not too long ago.
Let me see. I'm going to look at. Zootopia was released in 2016. Yeah. I don't know.
We call it Beastars now.
That's fair. I don't know. I think it was like probably fan art that probably got people on the map with it. I think Sakimi-chan's fan art of Little Bunny.
Okay,
she did some really good edition.
Okay, that makes sense.
Let me look.
Sakimi-chan can break the internet with her art.
Mm-hmm.
So if that was the catalyst, I believe it. But yeah, I apologize if you guys thought I was gonna crank out this like top 100 list, but I specifically chose those two, because I'm like, yeah, it's very very rarely I can say like things like if you follow my like Fate escapades, I like Nero because Fate Extra was actually what the first Fate series that I got into. And then when I started playing FGO, that's when I discovered Raiko, and I learned that it was drawn by Raita. And Valkyria Chronicles is one of my favorite franchises, and it's popular, but it's not like Final Fantasy or even Dragon Quest levels. But he drew the Valkyria and those characters, and I think those characters are awesome. And he was actually the lead character designer for Valkyria Chronicles 4, the one that came out on PS4. But in the other games, it was like he only drew really like the Valkyria. So that's kind of why I always, support him and support Raiko and all that. And I don't know, after that, just like I said, pick a show, pick a game, and I'll tell you who's waifu from that. And that's why I was like, yeah, I'm just going to make my list very short and contribute to your guys's. Yeah.
Junji Ito collection.
Junji Ito collection. Was it Centipede Girl? Yeah.
Centipede Girl.
Was it Centipede Girl? Like the face thing?
Snail Girl?
Snail Girl. Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Okay.
I was about to say, like, Centipede Girl does not sound appealing to me. I will opt out. I could see the appeal of maybe a Snail Girl.
There you go.
It was just a head with a shell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm getting my insects mixed up. And I speed watched that show too. So it's all a blur. But yeah, thank you for actually giving me a show that I've seen. By the way, you would have been like my teen romantic snafu. I'd have been like, no clue. But yeah,
Thought I'd test you on something you knew, but was maybe a little more difficult.
yeah.
Snail Girl's an interesting choice, though. No, thank you on that one. I don't like snails.
Well, if there's a slime girl and monster girl doctor, that might change your mind.
No, if there's a Doulahan. Because remember, I like Lala from Monster Moose.
Did you watch Interviews with Monster Girls?
Yes.
There's a Doulahan in that one too.
Oh yeah,
She's actually one of the main characters too.
nice. Yeah. I'll take the headless waifu.
You hear that? This guy likes portable heads. Fair enough.
I guess that's it.
Shoulders right?
Yeah, shoulders. So I think that's a show, I guess, right? I'm gonna wrap it up here, and again, maybe on the when we come back to discuss this, I'll give you guys a 2-hour discussion on more in depth on my choices. But I think that we covered a lot, and in your guys's choices, I expressed myself. But yeah, in my closing thoughts, if she goes the oh ho 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 ho, if she goes ara ara, if she's doting but also kind of pouty, sign me up, fam. Those are all mine. Also, cooks, that's a great attribute to have. And then doesn't necessarily have to be demanding, but if they are composed and carry themselves, that's what I'm all about. That's my life. Yeah. So I'm gonna end my contribution to the podcast tonight, and I'm gonna end it on the topic of Monster Girls. I don't know, man. Like, Spider was good. Spider and Monster Musume was good, but I think that consistently across all of them, I think Centaur.
Jack Centaurs.
Centaur, because Centaurs are more consistent. Because outside of Rhaenyra, how many other Spider Girls have we ever noticed or ever found?
There's gonna be one in this other one.
There's gonna be one, but that's like a lowly spider, unless she there's a time skip.
Oh, is it a loli?
It looked like a lowly to me.
I don't
She's
know about
this
that.
little tiny thing. Well, we'll find
I
out.
guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. But for now, that's what I said. Consistently across all the Monster Girls I've seen, I'm a Centaur guy. Sign me up, fam.
A Centaur. Like I said, I like the Doulahan, but I'm also a Lamia guy.
Kimmy, you got to pick a Monster Girl type or Monster guy. We won't judge.
I'll judge, but it'll be okay. No, I'm joking.
Let me think. Tiger.
Okay, so
Tiger.
Cat Girl, Tiger Girl.
Cat Girl, but there is the Monster Girl Encyclopedia.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all ever have access to it, it is a wonderful rendition of someone's documentation. Think of it like a lewd, erotic version of a Pokédex, except Monster Girls.
Okay.
2 volumes. I've been wanting to get them.
Check it out. And, yeah. Cat Girls.
Okay. But specifically, there's an entry in Monster Girl Encyclopedia for Tiger Girl.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna go look that up. You gave me homework. Thanks.
Jaguar
I
Man.
can share you the picture. Copyright. I'm not messing with. I'm gonna stop talking.
Yeah. Well, send it to me and then we'll talk offline. But yeah, I'm interested.
Yay!
All right.
Nice.
That's all I got, fam. I'm tapped. I'm out.
You're done.
I'm done. I think this was a great discussion. And Kimmy, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for your contributions. Yeah, we should definitely, like I said, we always say that, but we should definitely do this again.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely more waifus and husbandos. So,
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I always enjoy being a part of this. And yeah, what's not to like about waifus and husbandos, y'all?
yeah. Well, waifus for me.
Yeah, no, I think we are gonna have to do this because I'm gonna probably get a little bit more in depth on my waifus, and then I'm gonna come back with some husbandos because I define myself as having two ends of the spectrum. It's like when it comes to like the male characters, it's either like garbage or you're Billy Badass. So there are actual husbandos that I respect and I adore, and I know that I've talked about a couple of them on like social media and whatnot. So you probably have ideas of who they are already, but it's not to say that there aren't dudes that I respect or would husbando. So if they would come right up and be like, Steven, let's go to Vegas meet, I'm in, out, like that. So, and I've threatened to beat up a Fujoshi over a couple of them too. So, anyways, but that'll be for the next time, next episode. We'll get into that. I'll discuss my qualities in a husbando.
Nice.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
But okay.
All right.
But yeah,
so-
thanks again for coming on.
Yep.
Till next time.
Yeah. So, next one will be in 2 weeks again.
Okay.
Probably beginning of August, right? Yeah, beginning of August.
Should be
Yeah, like the third.
that time, yeah.
That one will probably just be our normal anime discussion because we haven't discussed what's coming out this season and our thoughts so far. So, look forward to that.
Mm.
And we'll talk to you again next time.
All right, thanks, guys. And be sure to follow Kimmy on all her social media. It's going to be in the description. Check it out. Give her some love and support.
Yep.
And let her know that you want to have her come and do this again.
And also, who are your favorite waifus and husbandos? Let us know in the comments so we can judge you.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So until next time. Bye.
Take it easy.